Hey, I'm Rob from JTRpodcast.com. This is a quick unboxing of this. This is on board. This came from Kickstarter today. It was due January 2019. It's just February 2019, so it's not too far off. It was $41, I believe, with postage, with some extra bits, which I'll get to in a minute, which works out about 30 odd pound, 32, 33 pounds, somewhere around there. So take that into account when looking at the value of the game you get. And this is a roll and write game where you're sort of filling in tour dates as you schedule these tours across America, and you're trying to complete a line of sequential numbers, or sequential, I think that's the word. We'll get to it in a bit, but anyway, let's take a look inside the box. But first, of course, we need to take off the seal. There he is, every time, every single time. So there we go, there is the box. You can see the band is on tour. Let's take the lid off. Hopefully it fits. There we go. So it's quite empty. I'll explain why in a bit, because there is room for other stuff to put in there. So let's take a look at these first. Oh, these are big D10 dice. Just while I take them out of the packaging, so you know, the game is a 20-minute game. It plays 1 to 4 players with an asterisk. You can play as many players as you like, as with most roll and write games. So let's take a look at these dice. Big, chunky D10. Let's see what I get. First roll with these D10s. What do I get? 74 or 47. Take your pick. That's how this game played. So you've got the two numbers there. You've got 74 and 47. So that is how you're going to decide what you fill in on these boards. I'll take a look at this. This is the people that made this game, produced this game. This is Board Game Tables. They make board game tables. Does exactly what it says in the URL. So there you go. That's them. There's a plug for them. Hashtag not a sponsor. Okay, rulebook. I've flicked through the rulebook in PDF form. I'm not going to spend too much time going through this, because I know this is when you all shut off the video if I spend too long. But there are big pictures, examples. It's all nice down the middle. Looks very nice. We have a bag. That is a bag. We have some pens with some rubbery bits on top, foamy bits. So they look okay. And we have these cards. These all have nice backs. You can see the back's got the on tour bits. So these are divided up into different regions. So we have Arkansas is the central region, along with Louisiana, Indiana. Then we have the north, which is of course the strip across the top. Let's go through the norths, quite a few norths. Central again. Then we have the east, which is of course in the east. The west, which is also in the west. Then you have the south, which is opposite of north, in case you didn't know. The central is another east, and that's sort of, you get the point. This is where you're going to be putting the numbers in. So when you put the numbers in, I believe this is correct. When you put the numbers in, you put them in the east. There you go. But in this case, if you put them up here in New England, you're going to get a bonus for doing so. So you'll write the number and you put a circle around it to remind you that you put it in the actual space of the state that was on the card. So you get an extra point, or you get extra bonus for that at the end of the game. So that's how that works. That's how you're putting your numbers down. And what are you putting your numbers down on? Well, funny you should ask. These are the boards. Oh, they are all filmed together. There you go. You can see that one says, I don't know if you can see that, because the reflection of my face and the camera, but it says jazz. There you go, jazz. Can you see that? Hopefully. Let's try it without the shrink wrap. So there we go. Jazz and rock. Hip hop and country. There we go. So these are the map boards. These look really nice. Look at that. There we go. Very reflective. As you can see the camera. You can see my face. If I do that. Hello. Hello, everyone. So there we go. That's the board. You've got the different regions. They're not as clear. I mean, obviously, yes, they are. They are quite clear. So you've got the north up here, south down here, and then you've got the three different. So orange and red is basically the west. The two greens are the east. The two yellows are the middle. And then the lighter colours are the north, and the darker colours are the south. That does make sense on a second look. So there you go. So this is where you're going to be writing your numbers in. So look at that example earlier with the New England card. Let me get that card. You see New England is in the east. So if I write a number anywhere, so say we got the 47 that I got earlier. So say I write this anywhere in the east. I go here. Maybe I put it in, is that Georgia? I don't know my states. 47. There, so I do that. But let's just say, because it says that's in the east, so that's fine. If I put it in New England, I will do 47, and I'll put a circle around it to show that that is the state, matching the state on the card. Now, at the end of the game, you're going to have a route, and you're trying to build your best route of numbers in numerical order. There's ways to get stars that count as any number, so you can see 92, 90, 86, 81, star 72. So you're going to do that all the way across your biggest route that you can make. If you've got it in a circle, you get a bonus point, and you put your score on your board, which is decent. That is quite dark. How does this show up on here? It should be quite good. What do you think? Bit dark, maybe? Put it under the camera so you can see it. There you go. The board's very reflective. Not good for a top-down camera at all, but it erases off fine, so that's good. So there we go. That is on board. It's a roll and write game. So we'll see. Oh, forgot to mention as well. You can. I said you can play it 1 to 4 players. Asterisk. You can fit 12 boards in this box. I've got an additional 2. I don't think I'll ever play with more than 6. So I just bought the additional 2 boards. They were $3 each. So that's not much. I've got another hip hop and another country. So there you go for your musical tastes. Now at Essen 4 months ago, I picked up Railroad Inc., which is a roll and write game. Played it once, I sold it, didn't like that at all. But I also picked up Welcome To, which was one of my favourite games for the year, last year. I really enjoyed that. I've also got Quicks, which is one of my favourite roll and write games of all time. So we'll see where it fits in after a few plays. So make sure you subscribe below to stay in tune with the channel, so you know when the review of that comes up, which won't be for a few months because I am so far behind in my reviews at the moment. But anyway, that is a quick Kickstarter unboxing of On Tour. Remember to like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JTR Podcast to find the blog and the podcast at jtrpodcast.com. I've been Rob, aka Jesta ThaRogue, and I'll see you soon.